I'm excited about this university. I am your host, Sarah Dog, and yes, I am trying to get this done as early as possible so that I don't have any technical issues. I switched out cameras. Um, so this may seem a little grainy. Um, using one of my newer cameras that I haven't really broken in yet. Um, so hopefully, um, that does the trick because the one I was originally using was a piece of shit, and I want to go back to my original methods where I'm using this piece of shit because then I won't be able to do any of the this. So, but nonetheless, welcome. And and then I'm going to after I do the the plugs and everything. Um, um so yeah. Um this episode is brought to you by W Energy. It's a what is W? It's an energy supplement that has no sugar, no zero crashes, no artificial colors, flavors, and dyes, no chances of you taking out that laying down for anything. You'll be all made with natural ingredients, and you'll feel great. You'll feel wonderful, and you won't have to worry about drinking less. So, so don't be like me and go to w.gg right now. Use that promo code Drill at the checkout and save 10% on your purchase, and you'll be glad that you did. You will feel great. You will really feel amazing. You will feel really, really amazing. You know what? I want to check this out. Oh, okay. All right. So, so yeah. Um, so, so yeah, this is the oh, I forgot about. Oh, I seem to look all right on the show here. I tend to look okay, but if I do look rainy, that's why. And so yeah. But I'm using a different camera, probably a camera that I should have been using from the start. So if everything goes smoothly tonight, without no technical issues of me turning this off and just hearing this, then yeah. So let's hope that's not an issue tonight because I still haven't done uh my show from last night. Um, Wrestling Prime Elite. I haven't done that. And I had a scrap Channel X because that's when the problem happened. Um, well, technically, the problem happened on this show last week, on the season opener, and I kind of left that in because I was just about done and everything. And so yeah, I guess So I don't know if it was an issue with the camera or if it was an issue with StreamYard because that's where I'm using this app from. So, and that's what I'm doing the broadcasting from. And so yeah. So I'm hoping everything works good tonight and everything will just got around a little bit so that make sure that there's I'm gonna be you're gonna be seeing some stuff, but I'm gonna try to get the show as done as possible and everything. I did mention last week that Tiffany Stratton has won the women's championship, and yeah, so that was really good. She cashed it in during um Nia Jax's match with Naomi. So, and the one thing I wanted to know, you know, should she have cashed it in sooner? Well, there's only two possibilities that I could have said that yes, maybe she should have cashed it in sooner. Um, Survivor Series. She was in the match. I think the Survivor Series. She should have did 180 and cashed it in cashed it in. And I don't know how that would have worked in War Games, but it would have been. Oh wait, did she even fight in War Games? See, now I have to look. That I'm gonna do that on my computer. It's there's some problems. Well, cashes it in after. I don't know how that would work. Getting a teammate cashes in the briefcase for the win, for the win and everything like that. I think that would have been very interesting. Really would have been very interesting. And how would you even call that? How would you even call that? But, it will be unique. It would be unique. I tell you that much. And something that's never happened in war games. That would definitely um make history. Another possibility that could have happened is that um there would have been an extra match at Saturday night's main event where Nia Jax would defend her title and or even do like a champion versus champion, Nia Jax versus um Liv Morgan because she was still champion at the time. And and yeah, I think that would have been really cool. You know, and all hell breaks loose, and then next thing you know, Tiffany Stratton comes out and she, cashes it in right there on Saturday night's main event. And, that would have been cool. So, so either way, there it would have been very interesting to see. And Royal Rumble's going to be is coming soon, and like a less than a month away. So yeah, it's going to be um on one of those rare occurrences where it's on a February. Then I think. No, wait, no, it's at the end of the month. Let's see. February 1st. Okay. Oh, yeah. Even though I have a calendar right here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So, um, I will, however, let's talk about, um, but nonetheless, um, things are looking good, for Tiffany. I'm glad that she, finally, um, became champion and turning babyface and at the top, turning babyface and everything like that. And the camera goes off. All right, I'm gonna select a different camera because all right, I really don't know why. I really don't know why I did that. So all right, I have to use this one because wait a minute. Okay, all right. Well, I fixed the problem, so I hope it stays that way because I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know why it did that. I really don't know why. Um, I really do have to talk to StreamYard about that because my camera is plugged in. It's like plugged in. I can't. I don't want to unplug it and then plug it back in. But it's saying that it's plugged. It's not plugged in properly, which that's bullshit because it is. So, and I know it's not the computer. I know it's not the computer itself because I calibrated it myself personally. Probably didn't think I was alive. I didn't shake the camera. There. There, I moved the camera. Or station. So, Hopefully that did the trick because I fixed the problem. Hopefully. So I may have to switch cameras in a little while. See if that does the trick. So right now it's stabilizing. I was able to save it. Save it. So oh, that was weird. Okay. Might check one too. I guess I gotta mute the mic for a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. I gotta get break on my mic. I'm gonna take a quick break. Hold on. That's not the microphone, so hang on a second. I apologize, folks. Mic check one, two. Mic check one, two. There we go. Hey, mic check. Check it one time, won't you? Mic check. Might be checking. Oh,
Mic check. Why does it sound like I'm in an arena? See, and I can't reboot the the feed or anything like that. Mic check. Working. 1, 2. Is my brain working? 2. I am the voice of reason. You gotta make do what you got. I mean, it's working. Is it working?
Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, that's better. Okay, did that work or what? Um, did that work or what? Um, it works. Okay. Hmm. See, I have no intention on shutting this down. Okay, now it works. Okay. All right, for now on, I'm using the laptop computer. I'm using the laptop mic and computer. Oh, which I probably should have used from the start. 'Cause, yeah, everything was working fine up until that point. And so yeah, there we go. All right, that should do it. Fix the microphone sound. Well, there we go. Whatever. So blah blah blah. Okay, it works. Fine. Fuck it. Okay. To the film. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I'm try some things, and I don't feel like striking this show. So we do this. It's like we're 25 minutes into the show. I don't want this to be another 25-minute show like I did last week. That's sure. So, yeah. Okay. So, um, Monday Night Raw finally debuted on Netflix, and surprisingly enough, no issues. Um, everything seemed to have worked fine, and yeah, it was great. No buffering issues. And of course, a lot of people did watch it and everything like that. Yeah, the show was actually pretty good. However, of all people, guess who showed up? And it's been hitting social media all ever since it happened. And I talked about it a little bit. Brought it up on my social media. Hulk Hogan showed up, and he got booed out of the building. Now he got booed really bad. He actually, believe it or not, he got booed worse than the new. So, but you feel like really, it's like you know, and then there's like mixed reactions online about about how Hogan should not have gotten booed and everything like that. It's like he paved the way for wrestlers and everything like that. It's like, yeah, he did. And it's like, well, how come, and the thing is, it's like, listen, and I've said this before, and the Undertaker also showed up. He also showed up. And he didn't get booed. He didn't get booed. Well, listen, there's a reason why the Undertaker did not get booed. Okay, and it has nothing to do with who they support. I don't care. I don't really care who they affiliate themselves, who they affiliate themselves as far as endorsement for a presidential candidate. I don't care. There were two choices. There were two choices that they could have that they chose. That they can pick from: Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. I'm sorry, like that's just the way it is. And you know, Undertaker and Glenn Jacobs, they had their um they had the podcast, and they had Donald Trump on there and everything. And it was good. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good interview. Hulk Hogan shows up at the Republican National Convention, and I talked about it last year, and everybody was okay with it. And listen, I don't care. I don't care. It's like you can support whomever you want, but your actions before that is the real reason. Let me ask you something, Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, and you know, and let me ask the Hogan fans, okay? Let me ask you this question. For all you marks that called out, that said, "Oh, how come the Undertaker didn't get booed?" You know why the Undertaker didn't get booed? Because the Undertaker never stood trial into when it came down to the steroid use. Never did. Never took trial. He also never had to testify during that whole Baker fiasco. What the hell is this? Oh, it's just a notification. He never had to stand trial for the during that whole mess with that Gawker scandal. And speaking of scandals, the Undertaker never went on. There's no audio clip of the Undertaker seeing a racial slur while having sex with his buddy's wife. So ask me again: should the Undertaker get booed on Monday Night Raw because he supported Trump? No, because people know, because diehard fans, they don't give a shit who they support, as long as their reputation, as long as their personality does not reflect what they do outside the ring in their personal life. Their personal life can tell a different story. If you're saying a racial slur and having and having you know and having sex with your best friend's wife, I mean, really, I mean, hey, listen, whatever Bubba the Love Sponge, whatever Bubba the Love Sponge, his, you know, if he's in an open relationship and he likes watching people, watch other guys have sex with his wife, then, hey, good on him. We don't need to see it. We don't even need to hear it. We don't need to know anything about it. But somehow it turns him on. And who would have thought that Bubba the Love Sponge was a cop? So, so there's your answer, Hogan. There's your answer. You want to know why you got booed? It's because you have a bad reputation. You're a racist piece of shit. That's what you are. And I don't care if I don't care if anybody posted this to Hogan. I'll even say it on his Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. Yeah, just to give him shit because I gotta keep the memory of Iron Sheik alive by picking up a little Sheiky baby like that. So yeah, I would. So yeah, you want to know why Hogan got booed? Then your answer, Hogan. And it's funny how his last interview after you know his most recent interview after that whole booing fiasco, he told people to stick it, and it's like it's funny how you can reference your old NWO promo from 1996. You're just a year late. Think maybe you should grow up the beard so you can just have that facial hair again. Then you have a reason for people to boo you. Bring back the New World Order, I guess. I don't know. But a lot of your so-called buddies know exactly what kind of person you are. And for anybody that wants to go and defend Hulk Hogan, whenever it was like, really, if you didn't know what type of person Hulk Hogan is, go ahead and ask Jesse Ventura about that. What kind of person Hulk Hogan is. Why don't you go ask the people? I mean, grab yourself a Ouija board and ask Jim Hellwig or um Randy Poffo about how what type of person Hulk Hogan really is. Hulk Hogan, yeah, he put a lot of butts in seats, but a lot of that he did a lot of politicking in the back. And this is my impression of Hulk Hogan, people kissing ass to Hulk Hogan back in the day. Roddy Piper, he didn't even know the kind of person Hulk Hogan is, he knew the kind of person he was, but somehow that's okay, but somehow that's okay. But listen, I don't care who he supported. He can support Vladimir Putin for all I care. And people will still boo his ass. All because of his personal life. And his personal life came back to bite him in the ass. And that's not the first time he got booed. And Hogan, you're acting like this is your first time he ever got booed in an arena. Remember back at WrestleMania 37 when you got booed, when again you got booed out of the building because you were put on, not because you were hosting with, but that was when all that drama came out. I'm not racist, but I'm racist to a point. It would have been fine it would have been fine if Titus O'Neil was the only one hosting. It would have been fine. But no, Hulk Hogan had to stick his nose in where it didn't belong. So in words of a very wise man, not Paul Heyman, but another wise man you know, who spoke the truth of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. Mm. Well, that was good. Well, good. So yeah. So yeah, I know what kind of person Hulk Hogan is. True wrestling fans know what kind of person Hulk Hogan is. Why do you think? Why do you think he never had a? And think about it. WrestleMania 8 in Indiana at the Hoosier Dome. They were talking. They were supposed to be Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Didn't happen. Why? Because according to rumor, it didn't happen because Vince McMahon thought it wouldn't draw any money. And even Hogan said it would. Years later, when both Flair and Hogan are in WCW, World Championship Wrestling, they fought. And sure enough, it was for the title. So yeah, don't give me that. And it drew money. It did draw money. Years later, when Vince McMahon bought World Championship Wrestling, it was going to be what we got for that year's WrestleMania was Hulk Hogan against The Rock. Why not Hulk Hogan versus Steve Austin? And I talked about this during 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 that timeline. Because Hulk Hogan did not want to fight Steve Austin. Why? Because he felt that it wouldn't draw money. Flash forward even years down the road, when Bret the Hitman Hart gets inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, Steve Austin calls out Hulk Hogan. And then when Hulk Hogan goes, inducts Mean Gene, they wanted to see, fans wanted to see that match. Hulk Hogan went like this, which means that if the money was there, it would have happened. But we all know the real story. But what people don't know is the real story. That Hulk Hogan did not want to did not want to fight Steve Austin. Why? Because he felt that it wouldn't draw money, and that's bullshit. He didn't want to. He didn't want to lose to Steve Austin, and that's what it was. He didn't want to. He didn't want to lose to Steve Austin. He didn't even want to. He didn't even want to lose to The Rock at WrestleMania. So it has nothing. So it has nothing to do with politics, Hogan. Is the fact that people now understand who you really are behind the scenes. Sure, you can have a successful beer, but I'm never going to try it because I know what kind of person you are. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing it. I'm not going to review your beer. I'm not. I'm not reviewing his beer. I reviewed Steve Austin's beer, and it was awesome. But the thing is, Hogan, you know the thing is, a lot of these wrestlers don't, these former wrestlers don't know when to keep quiet when it comes to their, when it comes to their personal life. Yeah, we all, and I know the stories about Ric Flair and everything like that. And I say, how come Ric Flair gets passed? No, he doesn't. He doesn't get passed. And Ric Flair was the same, Ric Flair, yeah, he's done a lot of things, that involves an open rule. But still, that's different, that's different. Because, you know, yeah, we all know what kind of person Ric Flair is, but Ric Flair is Ric Flair. He's a big, and I'm sorry, but Ric Flair is a bigger celebrity than Hulk Hogan. And I hate that Ric Flair was everybody. But listen, Ric Flair was more of a made man than Hulk Hogan ever was. Ric Flair would put butts in seats more, would put butts in seats more than Hulk Hogan would ever even dream of. Yeah, Hogan's WrestleMania match with Andre the Giant. One of the biggest WrestleManias at that time. Still does not compare. Still does not compare to the many wrestlers that Ric Flair faced over his career. Ricky Steamboat, Sting. and even a bigger name overseas. Guys like Antonio Inoki, Ricky Steamboat, Sting, Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, Wahoo McDaniels, Rowdy Piper. You're gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me that Ric Flair didn't? You're gonna tell me that Hulk Hogan sold more? Sold out more arenas than Ric Flair? Give me a break. And how many championships did Ric Flair, did Hulk Hogan win over the course of his year, over the course of his career? How many world champions compared to Ric Flair's 16? Hogan never broke double digits. And yeah, his match with Bill Goldberg on Monday Night was a high rated episode, and it was a high rated and that was the match of the year. Yeah, I will admit to that. But still, there were far more show wrestling matches on WWE that did a hell of a job during that point in the time. So you're gonna tell me that give me a break, Hogan. Give me a break. Actually, and you want to say that the fans that turn on you killed Hulkamania? No, you did by running your mouth. That's right, Hogan. You kept you said some shit. You were talking that shit, and look where it got you. It got you. It got you standing trial, not once but twice. And not to mention, everybody saw that Mr. McMahon documentary where you kind of went in the air about that. So yeah, we know what kind of person you are, Hogan. Jesse Ventura wanted to do some wanted to wanted to unionize wrestling so that wanted to unionize wrestling so that the wrestlers can get treated better as far as getting health insurance, getting medical insurance that they desperately need in case a wrestler gets hurt during a match. And what did you do, Hogan? What did you do? You got Jesse Ventura fired. All because Jesse Ventura wanted to do the things because his career got cut short due to a neck injury. And you're okay with that? I guess you can call this wrestle rant, folks. Because that's what it is, man. I just ranted right there, man. But yeah, that's what it is. Hogan, you're garbage, man. It's like a lot of people did look up to you. You know, And they listen to your four your four commandments, the training the parents of vitamins and believing in yourself. But none of that is bullshit, and all of that is bullshit now. And because of you, Hogan, I can't watch Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. And that hurts me right here, man. You want to go and blame the fans for killing Hulkamania. That's not true. We just know what kind of person you are. Everybody knows what kind of person you are. And you know what? If Iron Sheik was still alive to see how you were, to see how you are right now, his Twitter feed would have been blown up. His Twitter feed would have been, high traffic and probably trending. But it's the truth, and the truth hurts, don't it? So let me ask you this question, Hulk Hogan. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when reality finally catches up on you? And we all know the answer to that. This is you. And that's how it is. Well, with that being said, I managed to make it through with some hiccups, but we got through. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow me on Blue Sky at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's show, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below. What did you think of Raw on Netflix? What did you think? What did you come up? What did you think about that? And was it a good idea? And yeah. Um. So yeah. but but yeah. Thank you all so much for and ring the bell to stay notified on what I'm going to do next. And support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing you can do to a small streamers like myself, and that is lay the smackdown on that subscribe button. We will see you here next week with another episode of the OG Wrestling Prime, and I'll be back. I might be back here tomorrow to do Wrestling Prime Elite. I'm not sure. Um, I'll keep everybody posted, but it's a debate right now because maybe too late. But yeah, Channel X is going to be on. We'll be back on Thursday. So yeah, um, everything's going to look good on there. So other than that, so yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you here. Like I said, next week here on the OG Wrestling Prime. Until then, have a good night, everybody. And take care. So long. Peace. And good night, everybody. See you next time.